Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Doing Dating Right show. I'm your host, Ashley Empowers.
And I'm your other host, Carrington.
And on this show, we answer the questions that you guys send in about relationships, dating, or really anything in general. And today, actually, let me read the question.
You can read the question. Man.
So the question says, help me deal with this situation, please. Hello, my boyfriend is a pervert. Not necessarily at me, but mostly other females on Instagram. Looking at sexual pictures of them. His discovery feed is full of very sexualized girls. We are both Christian, striving towards marriage one day. And he also has admitted that he has had a porn addiction in the past. I don't know what to do.
So one, he said first off, thank you so much for sharing this with us, sis. So one, if all of this stuff is still going on, the porn addiction is not in the past, but it's in the present as well. And the reason why is because if that's the stuff that you're constantly exposing yourself to, all it's doing is opening up the door for you to go back into those past past habits and decisions that he was making. There's a lust issue. And so in order for you to deal with the lust issue, he need to fast, like point blank period. He need to go on the fast so that God can give him clarity about where are the open doors and open space within him that is causing him to go to this. He needs to be intentional about exposing himself and his environment to only things that are pure and righteous and holy and praiseworthy, and just the entire list of Philippians 4:8. And anything outside of that, he doesn't need to expose himself to. In order for him to kill this desire and to kill this habit, then he has to suffocate it. He has to starve it, which means, like I said, he needs to go on a fast, remove everything from his exposure or that's being exposed to his five senses that's causing him to go there and just kill it.
Yeah, that's great. And what Carrington was saying, that reminds me of the scripture where it was like, if your hand is like tempted to steal, cut it off. Or is that your eye?
No, you're right.
Gauge it out.
Yeah.
It's a scripture. I believe it's in the book of Matthew, but either way you can Google it. And it's saying that pretty much whatever is causing you to sin, cut it off, get rid of it.
Yeah.
And you don't want to marry someone who is struggling with lust and addiction and who is consumed by these sexual images of women online, because it is going to cause issues within your marriage.
100%.
So the fact that you're aware of this and you're dating, this is a great way for, one, you can communicate that you're not going to marry someone that has these issues.
100%.
And number two, you can watch his behavior, because the best thing that he can do is just exactly what Carrington said, literally fast. Like, the longer he can go without it, the stronger he will become.
Definitely.
So those are our thoughts, but definitely you want to have the conversation. He needs to get help and accountability.
And also understand this, you can't help him with this issue. And I know that sounds crazy, but you can't help him, right? I have a friend who was struggling with this issue, and I sat down with him and the young lady he was dating with at the time, because he was like, yo, I need to deal with this on my own. And they took a break from each other, then got back together, now they married and they good, right? Because he wanted to be intentional about killing this piece of himself before he said I do and made that company, right? So you guys need a little distance so that he can focus on killing this thing by himself, because you want to make sure that he's killing it for him and his relationship with God and not just for you. Does that make sense? And so last thing I would throw out there is this. He's not by himself. You'd be surprised the amount of men, women, Christians in general that are struggling with challenges like this, right? And I help individuals overcome this, deal with this, get to the root of it, heal from it on a consistent daily basis. So I would advise that you send him a link to jump on a free consultation with me, and anybody else that is struggling with this or anything in general, man, use the link in the description box below. Let's jump on a call and get you healed, whole, and away from whatever it is you're struggling with.
Absolutely. Yes. So that link is in the description box below. If you guys have any other questions, email us at info@802gametime.com. Also, make sure you're following us on social media. I'm at Ashley Empowers.
And I'm at D. Carrington Brown.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Peace out, y'all.